I want to speak to you today about the meaning of the number 44. 44 means open gates. I believe in the story of Elisha. There's a story in the Bible about Elijah and like four poor guys that just happened to come upon a bounty of money and cows and all the good stuff, goats and stuff. Four is basically open doors. And this video is about Christian billionaires. So when I say Christian, I mean someone that has given up their will to Jesus, because they've acknowledged, like Agur in Proverbs 30, that they are nothing. Agur said that, don't give me too much, because then I might blaspheme your name. Don't give me too little, because then I'll suffer and blaspheme your name. Just give me enough. That's enough for the day or something like that. That's the person that God gives money, okay? Because he understands that he doesn't have the understanding of it. He has abased himself to a level where God can raise him or her up, okay? They've acknowledged that they themselves are the beast. Jesus became a beast on the cross. He said in Psalm 20, it says 22 or something, it says, I'm like a worm, all right? Before someone gets money from God, they have to acknowledge that they are like a worm. They are nothing before him. But before someone gets money from the devil, they don't have to do anything. They just have to actually, I don't know, maybe. I think the devil just gives people money if they think they're good. Those people, those evil guys that we see up there, they thought they were good at one point in time. And then when they reach there, they realize, oh my goodness, what have I done? Because the devil leads you step by step by step till they become a sex trafficker or something like that, or a slave owner. They're actually slave owners today. So, who is a Christian billionaire? A Christian billionaire is one who said, like Paul, I no longer live, but it is Christ who lives through me. And then God opens up the heavens and pours down money. Money not for them, but for them also, but for the world. It's because they've become like a ladder through which God can flow. Now, there's something else I wanted to say about this. Remember, memory, where'd you go? Yes, for the individual, this is how I calculate all my things. I first live it out in theory, then I practice it. And okay, so in my theory, okay, Paul's life is like a type of the Benjamin generation, okay? The last generation. First he suffered, then he was raised to a great place, right? How do we know that? Because he went to a man named Publius, healed his father, something like that, and healed some other people. Then they enriched him. They gave him what he needed for the journey, all right? So that's like a type of what's happening right now. So he rented a space in Rome. And it says he called the Jewish elders to his home. Jewish elders were like 72 people, all right? We can see that in Moses' time. 70 elders plus Eldad and Medad, all there with Moses. So Paul must have called like 72. Could be 24 or 72, most likely 72. Let's expand the number just for our aid, okay? So now, personally, I can't invite 72 people here. You can't invite 72 people there, I think, wherever you are. If you can, that's good for you. So, let's say Paul had like not quite a mansion, but like a mini mansion, yeah. So, that's what's going to happen to many Christians today who have been prepared and squeezed and crushed by God until they are no more. Okay, so that they say, not my will, but yours will be done. They've given up their will. Cool beans, man. Now, what is the money for? The money is for, like Joseph, to supply people in the time of famine, and to get people out of sex trafficking, to get people out of slave trade, out of, to end the suffering. Because God does this. He shows you the suffering, and then he tells you to pray. But while you're praying about it, he's not changing anything. He's changing you. He's basically giving you a mirror. He's showing you that you are the same as that slave trader. You're the same as that sex trafficker. You're the same as that evil person. If you point, it points back at you. Until you integrate the shadow, how else can I explain? You realize that you yourself are the worst of sinners. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen in these days, people. Cool. Yeah. Bye. I think that's all I have to say.